listening to Season 4 of The Boze Knows, a podcast where we share stories about education and the people who tell them. And I'm your host, Mr. Boze. Please be sure to like, rate, and review your show on your favorite podcast player of choice. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Hey there, listeners, and welcome to another episode of The Boze Knows. I have guests in studio today to continue our journey through the different offerings we have at QI and to talk about debate. So welcome. Thank you for joining me, and introduce yourselves to our listeners.
My name is Mary Fishley.
I'm MJ Thompson.
And I'm Cheyenne Pena.
So welcome in. So let's get started. You're all QI veterans at this point. So do you have a favorite school story or tradition to share?
Actually, yes. In 10th grade, in our winter pep rally, we always do different games, and we decided to do musical chairs. And the year prior, I had won the musical chairs, so I was taking this very, very seriously. And we got up there, and I was going against 3 seniors, and it's a very promising tradition that the seniors pretty much win every game. So I defeated 2 of the seniors, and it was me versus 1, and we're running around, and she grabs the chair, and then I grab the chair, and then the entire gym, erupted into just screaming, and we were just, tug-of-warring the chair until one of us got it. And then it ended with Mr. Theobald ripping the chair away anyway, so that was pretty funny.
I do remember that. Did you see the story where the teacher, they, got physical and threw the kid to the ground at a game of musical chairs?
I did see that.
I see all of them, and they go to sit down, and they pull it right out from under them, and then they sit. It's always so funny.
Was that the year we broke chairs, or was that the year before?
I did not break any chairs, so probably the year before.
There was one of the year we played musical chairs and we broke a couple of them.
I really like our Powder Puff games, like the cheerleaders and the players. Playing can be super fun, and then even just watching it's also really cool.
Yeah, we're kind of 0 for 2 right now on Powder Puff games. We had a hurricane take them out last year and a proto-hurricane take it out again this year. But we will be revisiting that in the spring, so save those pink tutus, and we'll come back to it in the spring. So awesome. So let's jump in, and let's talk about debate. So what is it? What do you do? Give me all the details.
So Speech and Debate is a club. Last year it was a class, this year it's just a club, and we focus not only on working on our public speaking and writing of speeches, memorization, but also our debate skills and our ability to have civil discourse with others and one another. Even we visit a lot of different topics. Some are political, some are very relevant. It ranges, and then we a lot of times go to competitions that are either at other high schools or online, and we compete in our individual events and try our best.
To add on to that, some of those events, they're all very different, and there's a wide range of them. So no matter what your specialty is when it comes to speech or debate, there's something there that's going to be right for you. We have LD, or Lincoln Douglas, where you're just basically going back and forth with someone with speech, but also questions. You have Extempt, where it's basically that, but you don't have much prep time. There's just speech versions, original oratory informative. There's so many things that you can do. So even if you feel I don't really want to talk to somebody, I don't want to debate, I'm kind of scared, you can do speech. If you don't want to memorize something, you can probably do something like impromptu or Extempt, where you don't have any time.
Yeah, to add on to that, being in speech and debate with all the different events and things that you can do, there's no you don't have to be good at all of it. You can pick what is best for you.
Okay, so what are the three of you? What are your favorite events to compete in?
I've done a lot of events. It honestly will depend on the topics a lot of times for me, but so far one of my favorites has been the most recent competition we did, where I did Extempt debate, and it was where you don't get a lot of prep time, and you give about 30 minutes to prep for a certain topic, and they give you the more specific topic before, and then you go in and you face one person. And I found that to be a lot more better for my for debate, and not my less time as far as being a senior and everything, not having as much time. It made that a lot easier to be able to still feel prepared for the debate while not needing to have to dedicate a ton of time and still enjoying what I was doing.
And those are the ones you guys have picked my brain for, right?
Mm-hmm, that was the one.
Yes, all those topics.
I for since I got into debate when I was in 8th grade, I had much more time than Mary probably did to like focus and dedicate towards debate. So I did original oratory for a long time, and I'm probably I'm the best at now because I've done it so many times. And that's basically just giving a 10-minute speech on whatever you want that you're persuading in some way.
For me, I've only been in debate, like, I started this year. So the only actual speech that I've been able to compete in has been impromptu. And it's a very nice, for me in particular, a very nice, like, intro into speech and debate because original oratory really interested me. And being able to, like, talk about something that you're passionate about, even if it is, like, the topic's, like, impromptu. Like, for example, we have 7 minutes and a specific topic that we have to give a speech for and prep for in that 7 minutes time. So it very much like it helps you think quick and also like come up with something that you're passionate enough about to talk about for a long enough time. So it's a very nice like intro into the speech side of speech and debate for me.
So there's obviously the preparation part, but like, so you're at the competition, you're competing, and what's the most challenging aspect of it?
For me personally, with extemp debate, me and Cheyenne did this in our last competition. You are assigned a side, so you do not pick your side when you go into these debates, so you need to be prepared for both. And a lot of the times, if you have a personal opinion on something and you need to change your side and kind of switch to be almost like the devil's advocate for that and you have to change your view on it, it's good for practice, but it can be challenging, especially if it's a debate that seems very one-sided or may not have as much information on, or it's so much easier to argue the other way. It definitely challenges you to switch that side and look at that other perspective and try and find things that maybe you weren't thinking about before.
So do you think, to kind of follow up on that, at the debates for all of you, either if you're participating in that or you're watching it happen, has that had any effect on your own personal opinions of topics, watching people defend an other side that you thought was, indefensible?
100%. I remember last year I went into an incubate debate that was about some very controversial topics, and I was so set in my view on it, and that's, your sides are not assigned at these debates in this format. And I went in 100% like so confident in my take on it and my personal opinion, and I left with like a complete different personal opinion because they're so like well thought out, and it's very interesting to see like the actual point of view. It's not like on the internet where people are just kind of like saying whatever. Like these are actually well argued opinions, and they're backed up with not only factual evidence but just like reasoning that may not be your own but still is reasoning.
I agree. I was at that same debate that Mary's talking about, and while it didn't fully change my opinions, like I think I'm still pretty centered where I was, it did really help me see where the other side's coming from and help me just you often get stuck in this one-sidedness of like you're very right and your side's very right and the other side's just wrong completely and they're dumb. But like seeing so many people not only agree with that point and have evidence and reasoning and so much stuff behind it can help you really just understand where people are coming from.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a skill that is, obviously it's useful for debate, but useful for, I wish I could say just young people, but us not young people also need to be included in that in terms of being able to think through rationally both sides of a discussion, of a debate, to see like, well, why do people think that? Why is this, exist? Even like, I don't know, last class we were talking about flat earthers and like, even like the ridiculous things, like, okay, let's take a step back and think about like, where is this coming from? So awesome. So if someone wants to learn more about debate and maybe get involved or, dip their toes in, how do they find out more information? Where do they go?
We have debate meetings on Thursdays during Power Hour.
It's first half.
It's first half, so you can always do that. There's also a very helpful slideshow if you're like, there's so many events, I don't know what I want to do. You can always go to the FCDI website, or Miss Knowles has really helpful like slideshows to help you can like kind of see what you may want to try or start with, and it's free to attend if anybody wants to just go and watch or go and compete.
If you're really
and that's the Florida Debate Initiative.
Florida Civics Debate
that's the C. I was like, what am I forgetting? Yeah.
And if you're really hard pressed on that about like picking where you want to like what you want to do your event. We have like with all of us here, like not just like me, Mary, and MJ, but out of everyone on our debate team, there's someone who's pretty much done everything, or like there's at least you can find someone who's done the event that you're curious about and talk to them. So you should definitely, at least, even if you're not fully understanding of it, definitely go give it a try, because it will affect your personal life. Like, it makes you more confident, it allows you to speak better, and we talked about so many different things about seeing other people's perspectives. Like, debate can be very helpful.
And Miss Knowles is the primary teacher over debate, but Miss Williams is also a part of taking us to meets and being a judge for debate. So coming to her if you have any questions is also helpful.
And I think I would be remiss if I didn't help you all underscore that of all the clubs and things that students can be a part of to build out a resume or build out a college application, debate is kind of up there on that list
100%.
of what looks really good. But you have to commit to it. You know, you can't just put it as a byline in your resume, like, oh, I was in debate. Like, you have to be able to talk about things. So that's awesome. As we're kind of rounding out our time here, is there anything else about debate you all would like to share with our listeners? If we had more time and I would have thought about it, I would have had a debate topic ready and we could have done a little
That would have been really
little
fun.
impromptu debate here on the podcast. But we'll have to save that for another time, because I know at least 2 out of the 3 of you, we've done a little bit of practice and prep before, and that's always fun for me. So.
Yes, I would definitely kind of add on to what Cheyenne was saying about it affects so much more. It's not just like only your public speaking. Like for a class we have a QI that you're required to take for your ACE Diploma Global Perspectives, I feel like debate and global perspectives go so hand in hand a lot of the times, especially with like the essays you need to write versus the speeches you have to write and the topics you're looking at in global perspectives versus topics you're debating on. So I think it would benefit you, especially if you're coming into like your ACE classes, to maybe try it out, see if it helps you out.
And I think that fear of being on stage, or that fear of like going up against someone, of talking and like being very like present, like that stage fright kind of, or debating, that fear that you see a lot, like be very present in a lot of people. I think once you've done it, at least even just once, it opens so many doors for you, because like I'll do things in class where our teacher's like, we're gonna do this kind of presentation right now, like an oral thing, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. And like, I just think, even if I'm initially nervous, I just compare it to what I've done before, and it's like, well, then I don't have much of a reason to be scared of it. So it really does help you in all aspects of your life, especially if you're in the younger grades, kind of like MJ, like since like kind of what Mary was saying, since we have classes that require you to be able to use those kind of speech and debate principles, having experience with it can help you in class and on your tests.
To add on to that, being in speech and debate, often you're going to think like you're going to be up there standing in front of like 50 to 100 people saying the topic that you've been given, but oftentimes it's more of a small group thing, especially when you're doing things like impromptu or exempt, like in the last debate that we did.
Yeah, I do think that is something to underline, is that it's not the pop culture stereotypical debate club. You're not in an auditorium at a podium in front of a whole group of people, you know, sparring with somebody over intellectual ideas.
And we're all really nice. Like, we're not going to cut your heads off also.
Don't
Mary might.
Okay.
Awesome. So, all right, I'm gonna have to skip my second to last question because we are running a little short on power hour. But this one's gonna put Mary on the spot because as a senior on the podcast, you have to answer the question: what's next?
What's next? Okay. I just finished applying to colleges, so we applied to University of South Florida, University of North Florida, and University of Central Florida, and they all do have debate clubs, so that would be very fun to do if I could find time for that when I get to college, and applying for scholarships, doing that, and just kind of looking at the things that come with my major and how to prepare for that. I'm in dual enrollment, and we're currently registering for spring courses, so seeing what's the best to prepare me for when I do go to college. So yeah.
Wonderful. So you're stuck in the all agonizing waiting game.
Terrible, constant state of anxiety of college acceptances.
Don't worry. Once you get accepted, then it all goes away for about 2 months.
And then you got to figure out where you're going to live.
Yes, then it all comes back. Awesome. Well, thank you all for taking lunch to sit down, talk about debate.
Yeah.
And we'll have to, I think we need to do a debate podcast, actually,
yes.
and actually do a debate on the podcast.
You have to
That
debate
would
us,
be
Mr.
cool.
Boze.
Oh, I would be happy to. Listeners, if you like the podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast player of choice so you don't miss out on future episodes, and please share with your friends. Until next time, excellence in all endeavors.